Hi, Happy New Year, knitting friends. It is January 9th, 2023. We are in the new year. It's very exciting. I hope this year will be a good year for everybody. I am coming on here and I'm going to do I'm Colette, by the way. This is the Colette Knits podcast, and I'm just going to do a little yarny review because I don't really have too much to show for knitting, and I don't know how much time I have because we're running on a nap schedule. Baby's sleeping, so I'll see how long I have. So welcome, and I hope everybody had a good holiday, a good Happy New Year, all that stuff, and I hope you guys can hear me okay. I've got my little microphone, my little webcam. I'm trying to find the best place in the house to do this podcast. I think I might need to adjust some lighting, and then maybe I'll be able to record in front of my yarn shelf once I adjust some lighting, because it's kind of dark in the basement where the yarn goodness is. But I'm trying to get some natural light without being overwhelming, some side light here. Anyway, who cares about the lighting situation, but I'm just trying to work on it. If you guys have any suggestions about lighting and best options, please let me know, because I am a total newbie at all of this. So I'm just going to jump on and do a yarn review again of the Artisanthropy yarn box, sock box. This is the level 2, the tier 2 subscription. I'm not going to put the prices because I don't know if their prices will change, whatever. So I'll put the link down below to the website where you can find all of this yarny goodness. This is my local yarn store, and I did a couple weeks ago a review of the, it would have been October-November box for tier 2, and you can find that in my previous videos. It was my last video. I really like that box, those 2 yarns that I got from that. So they do 3 different tiers. So they have like the least expensive, middle expensive, and then the most expensive, and you would get yarn coordinating with that price. You get yarn, a goodie from the store, and then like a tool or something to help in your knitting, and then a couple pattern suggestions. So that's pretty cool. I do it as pickup because I can walk to that location and I pick it up, which makes it a little bit less expensive to do like a pickup option. And I've been really happy with it. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to keep going with the subscription because I have a lot of yarn and not a lot of knitting time lately. So I might just pause it and come back to it later, but also see how long it takes me to knit these 4 different pairs of socks that I have yarn for. Also, you don't have to do socks. You could do whatever you wanted with a 1 skein of fingering weight sock yarn. So that's an option too. I'm just petting Jasper here. He's taking advantage of the fact that the baby's sleeping. So he wants to come see his mom. This is Jasper. Hi, Jasper. Jasper is a 9-year-old Boston Terrier, and he is a cuddle bug on his terms. But he's so cute. Look at that face. We have 2 Boston Terriers. This is Jasper. We also have Bowser. Bowser is 11, and he's got really bad cataracts. He kind of looks like the eyes of like a White Walker from Game of Thrones, but we love them so much. I think Bowser's in a bed somewhere. Bowser, the other Boston Terrier, really likes to be where the baby is. So and maybe that's just because where the baby is I am, but he loves to be where the baby is. So he will find her and lay beside her, lay out of reach of her, and she just gets so excited and flaps her arms and squeals at him. So it's really sweet. Whereas Jasper likes to take more of a back seat. He will see the baby and go, yeah, not for me, and he'll walk away. But there's lots of places in the house where Jasper can go where the baby isn't, so he is still pretty happy. Oh, big yawn. Big yawn. Yeah, he's just a ham. He likes to, he's probably working it for the camera. Okay, so let me see. I think this would have been, so this month and last month. So this would be December. So let me pull out what we got in December. Now, I'm pretty sure I have my like tools. So they give you the yarn, a tool, and yeah, I think I have them in the right months. Okay, it's focusing on Jasper, so he's gonna have to go. I hope it's focusing okay. You guys can see me okay. Okay, so this was December. This is a Prolana. You can't pronounce it, of course. Fjord socks. That's pretty generous, I would say. A generous amount of yarn. Very, very soft as well. So that is, I want to say, a 75-25. Cool. Yeah, so that's a really nice soft one. There's no picture of how the sock will pattern, but I think this will be like maybe a Fair Isle-y this will be a self-patterning sock anyway. I like the way the cake is all done. I won't have to cake it on my ball winder, which is nice because it takes forever sometimes just for me to pull it out and even do it. It's just like a lot of work sometimes, so I like to have just like a ready to go cake of yarn. Yeah, so that's this one. So this was for December. And the color is a little bit like pinky, gray, white. Maybe if I open the window, it'll be more accurate. Here, look at this. So that will knit up really neat. So that is very cool. And that will be enough for 2 socks. So 1 pair of socks. Probably some leftovers I could use in another project depending on how I do my socks. I'm not going to try to put it back in the ball band right now because that might take some work. All right, and then the little extra I got. Now I don't know if, I think this was all for December, the December one. So I got this little yarn holder, and I have one of these, and I really like it. It's a little cake holder to hold your yarn in. So what you do is before you start your project, because this is kind of one of those things where you have to keep your yarn in your project for like the whole time. So you would take your cake and find the end. Here we go. Now I do think that this sometimes works really good if you have a yarn that you're doing from the center of the cake out, and it would just keep all your yarn together. Now I might use this for my next pair of socks because right now at the stage I'm in, anything to protect the project is best, because I know we're doing a little road, we're going away soon, so like having my yarn protected in one of these for the drive is great, because then I don't have yarn rolling all over the car with everything else. So yeah, you would do this, and then you would have your project here, and your yarn would just work like that. You have to put your cake in the little bag before you start your project because you can't get your yarn in there when you start it. You could put everything in, but to utilize it this way, you put your yarn in before you start. So that's really cool. So I will definitely use that. I love the color. It's nice. It's bright. That's great. So that was one of the extras. And I got another little extra from them. I got a little crochet keychain. So that's good. Dropped Stitch Rescue Keychain. That is great because this is something I definitely need in my project bag. Probably need one in every project bag for my notions pouch. So I'll add that to my notions pouch. Now they did send a list of suggested patterns. So we've got some different suggested patterns, some different sock options. What's really nice is that these suggested patterns that they gave us are all free on Ravelry. So they kind of did the work that I don't want to always do of just like finding a pattern that would work for this yarn. So they also recommend a hat pattern here too. So that's cool too, the Ricky hat. So those are the suggested patterns that they gave us. And I've seen, I think I already have this one in my library. These ones I'm interested in. I don't have that in my library on Ravelry. And it's funny, they're called the library socks by the Kitchen Sink shop. They look like a textured sock, which is nice. So yeah, so that's cool. So that was for December. Once again, this is the Artisanthropy Yarn Box Club Tier 2. And then for January, I went there last week and picked it up. They send me an email when it's ready because I opt for the pickup at the price is a little less because I pick up at the store instead of them having to ship it to me. And so the yarn I got for this one, which I like a lot, is a Prolana Wallace, it's called. And this is called Golden Socks Stretch. You can see what the sock will look like here. Another self-patterning sock, which is nice. Now these just scream winter to me. They are blue with flecks of lighter and darker blue, a little bit of white. These are so wintry. They're going to be beautiful. So if you like blue socks, that's great. That is one thing about these subscriptions. I don't know if you can opt for color preferences. You might be able to in the notes or contact the store and find out if you can opt for color preferences. I like all colors and I don't really care about what color I get because I always have someone in my life who loves socks and everybody loves different colors. So yeah, my husband's always wanting he'll say he'll take any sock as long as it's no pink. But even if I made him socks with pink, he loves them so much. I think he would still wear them. And I'll take any color. My mom's same size as me. She'll take any color. My sister likes any color. My dad. So there's always lots of options for this knitter myself to make any type of sock, any type of color. So that's cool. I like that. Once again, I don't have to cake up the yarn because it's not in a skein, which I really like too. These will be, I have done socks in this type of yarn before. This is a 70 wool, 23 polyamide, and 70% wool, 23% polyamide, and 7% polyester. And it is 100 grams, which is 400 meters of yarn. So these will be a tougher, rougher sock, which I like too. They are still soft. The yarn is soft enough, but like this would do well in my boots or like my Blundstones. So that's really good too. I like that. So the extra added thing that came with these are these little ChaioGoo stitch markers. Now, if you have the ChaioGoo minis, the mini set, those mini interchangeable needles, that come in the red case or the blue case, that's the first time I ever used these stitch markers. Was that mini interchangeable set came with the size according for the stitch markers. That's the first time I ever used those stitch markers, and I really, really liked them. So that's cool. I didn't even know that I could get them in different sizes. So that's awesome. You always need stitch markers. And this is something, honestly, right now with just things being so busy, when I go into the yarn store, I don't really have time to look at everything like I used to be able to. So I really like that. Like, I didn't even know they had these or that they existed. So I am so excited that they are in January's box. 4 different sizes, lots of needle sizes you can use those on, so that's really fun. You always need stitch markers, and those are good hefty ones. And then the recommended patterns that came with this yarn, these are 3 free patterns and 1 paid for pattern. So they did 3 pairs of socks and a hat. So these are the suggested patterns that you could do with that sock. So I really like, once again, that they give you this. This is really nice. It's printed in color, which is really nice, so you can see everything. These are unusual. Those are very cool. So these ones, the Mojo socks, I've never seen those before. I usually end up just going with my plain old vanilla sock with a fish lips kiss heel, or a heel flap and gusset, but I might venture out. I might try something different, maybe not, but it's still nice to have the pattern suggestions, because I can always add those to my Ravelry library or find the pattern and knit them at a different time. So once again, that is the Artisanthropy Yarn Box Club. And I'll put the links below for their website. It is my local yarn store. They do not pay me for any of this video. They do not. This is totally me, my opinion, nothing to do with them. So I love the box clubs. I might just pause it for a little bit because I'm still working on a lot of projects. And so thank you for watching. And pretty soon I will have a podcast video to show you guys what I've been slowly making. Yeah, so happy knitting. I hope everyone's good. Did you guys have good holidays? Happy New Year. What are your guys' knitting plans for 2023? My knitting plans are to knit. Maybe finish some works in progress. I think that's like every year my knitting resolution, and I start a lot of new ones, but maybe I'll finish some this year. So comment below. I will also put the links on where to find this box, this local yarn store to me, Artisanthropy, online. They have a great website and they always have sales. So please sign up for their mailing list because they always have awesome sales. And that's how I found out about this box club, was from being on their mailing list and being on their website and stuff. So comment below, and thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.